there's a knowingness which doesn't require an object. Self-knowledge is informationless. Self-knowledge is not one thing knowing another. Therefore, I don't know if knowledge is an appropriate word. Maybe it's self-knowingness. These are subtleties. So many influences are contributing to how perception functions in each body. And we feel we are looking at things as they are, but we are perceiving what we are conceiving also. I don't want to go off on this. Everything I'm saying is it. It's just another way of putting it, the same thing. There will come a time we won't have to talk like this anymore. We won't have to talk like this anymore. You will just know. Thereafter, whatever you are speaking about, eggs and tomatoes, newspapers, shoes, it will be infused with the spirit of being. Because suddenly tomatoes become the self, shoes become the self somehow. I don't want to create some kind of mystical thing. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's not that when I see a tomato I'm thinking, oh, this is myself. Of course not. But just you can't help it. What you are somehow colors and permeates everything. Without trying, it is like that. You conceive yourself to be a person, therefore you see all these persons. When you know yourself to be the self, you know you're in the company of the self. It's automatic, you see. Throw everything away. Throw everything away. Do it now. Try. Anybody up for it? 3, 2, 1. Throw everything away. Like this. Throw it. No. Don't just, it's a joke. No. Throw it for a second. Throw everything. And just remain as what remain. What doesn't get thrown? What cannot be thrown? You will see if you do. Throw everything. For a moment, throw. Maybe you think, oh, no, you cannot really do it. No. It's a bit of a novelty. No, do it. You can switch off from things. Just leave everything. Sometimes when we say this, then you start to see that, oh, I'm holding on to a lot of things and maybe I'm not going to be a full contestant actually. Because there's some things I'm not ready to throw right now. Or if we say yes. Because if I say you have to do 15 things as your sadhana, then you can hide, you know where to hide your stuff in all of that. To kind of pretend like, yeah, I'm doing it. But you have a lot of things to hide. But if I say all of it is in this envelope called yes. Everything is in the yes. Then you start to feel where your discomfort, some discomforts are coming up, like, I'm coming back. You'll see. And at least, if you don't, and I'm not telling you you must, you'll begin to see where your compromises are. And it is worth seeing. Because these are hemorrhaging energy from you, whether you're aware of it or not. It is what makes this lethargic, tamasic energy. Like something inside is saying, okay, try as much as you can to convince me, but you won't. There's kind of energy like this. Yeah, I mean, try, and yeah, enlighten me. Go. And you can be wearing white and all the malas and everything, but something is in denial.
I think that was true for me. I felt very, very, very heavy last couple of days.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the heaviness you may be feeling is all these suppressed energies and things previously not recognized, now coming to the surface. And watch Mr. Mind, who will tell you how you're feeling heavy because this is not the right place for you. You see? You should be feeling light, angelic. You're feeling heavy. So, how wise do you have to be? Or how determined? I'm going into this subject and exposing. So that you can be in the light of your own, not honesty about little things. Actually, I say I can throw all of it. And in a way, all of it can be thrown inside your yes. Out. It can be there. Yeah. Not because the thing in itself is bad, what we're speaking, but the relationship you have with it. The relationship you have, maybe it's not serving the truth, it's not serving your truth. So you're looking, and you're thinking, oh yeah, this inquiry is so hard. It's not, it's very simple actually. When it is understood, it is like looking in a mirror and seeing your face. It's that. The mirror doesn't tell you, look, I'm a bit busy right now. I have a lot of things to reflect. So just get in the queue or something. Or, I don't like you today. It's not going to be like this. It's the most pure. This is what the mirror of inquiry is, like this. So it's not the inquiry is difficult. It's perhaps that we are postponing something, hiding something. You see? I don't like to talk about this too much, because the we that we are talking about, I don't give credit to that we. I only give it the credit because you credit it. This we who are hiding is also illusory for me. So if we're going to talk about this person who is hiding and who must come a bit more, we can be talking a very long time, because we have been hiding out a long time. But if I speak to you as I do, as consciousness, everything becomes a lot easier. Originally, and still original, your I means consciousness. I am not addressing you as a person speaking to another person about personality, but more as consciousness conversing with consciousness about consciousness. And it is a huge difference. I don't believe in a person. A person is a very fickle concept, very unsteady. It is yourself as consciousness that is credible, not the person. For a person to change something, they must make action and movement and effort. But it's not the same with consciousness. Somehow there's a reminding, a pointing, and just through understanding, things come back into alignment. This is the power of consciousness. So if you're listening as a person, then little will change. Your experiences will be momentary, bright but momentary. But listen as the consciousness you are. How do you listen as consciousness? You listen, but you're not a listener. Just listening occurs in you. Understanding, comprehending occurs spontaneously in you. This is your power. This is the grace of consciousness. For some of you, there will be no going back. This concept will be burnt here. Going back means what? Sleeping. Going back means back to the old regime of thinking. For some, I know. In every place I've traveled, there's always been some. Neither need they feel I go forward, even. But you're confirmed in your here-ness. Not the here of time, not the now of time, not the here of place, just wherever you go, you are the same. I am not imparting this to you as a teaching. I also don't believe so much in teaching, nor in learning, though it happens, but more in recognition and direct experience. If my words are true, it is you who make them true. It is you who make them come true, because you listen inside your heart and they become alive inside you. Not the words, not just the words, but what they point to somehow recognizes itself. And the stagnant, the suppressed vanishes in the light of the real self. The serpent mind loses its tongue in the presence of the real self. You are that self. It's not that you're going to become that. Maybe you stop becoming something and recognize your timeless being. Everything I say points to now. But there's no haste. Because there's no haste inside being. There is no knowledge inside being. But when knowledge is needed, knowledge will sprout. When knowledge is not needed, it will not be there. This is the economy of being.
Thank you, Mooji. I feel again, there's no
It's
words,
fine.
just thank you.
It's fine. I say this thing because I think enough time we've spent in a kind of littleness to continue to speak on the level of personhood with such consistency and such loyalty. in the presence of the magnificence of being, which we are, and which we maybe unconsciously deny. But I try to bring the light of your own recognition to wake up that light inside. That you see, not just believe. Believe is fine, but not belief only, but discovery, recognition, you see. Trust also is good, and trust is important, but recognition, now it is, you see. And grace is with you. Grace is another name for what we are. So I can look at you in the eyes because I see nothing to hide there. I see nothing imperfect there. But if you continue to relate only from the personhood, then a dirt is there. A darkness is there. And we are courting it. We are here to transcend. This is the mighty game. I put it like that. The mighty game is to transcend the influence of the mind. While we embrace identity, mind has a function. Yeah. It is said in one of the hadiths of the Prophet Muhammad, he said when God made the world, God made a command to the universe. Serve those who serve me, which is truth, and make tired those who serve you. Serve those who serve me. Serve those who serve truth, who honor truth, and make weary, make tired those who serve you, the world. The ego, just the mind. Because everything is inside us, the power to see and to make use of the power, the wisdom, the light, the understanding, to not be deceived, to not be swept away by the curling fingers of the mind, but to hold your ground as the undivided seer. All this, a game that each one must transcend, if not this life, maybe another. But I say, if you wait 1,000 years to discover this truth, on the day and in the moment that you discover it, it will not be unlike this moment. Maybe you have 1,000 years to spend. It doesn't matter. For the timeless, it doesn't matter. The great things of men is a little thing to God.